Bup, dibby, dibby, dup. Bup, dibby, dup. Dibby, 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 dup. Dibby, 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 dup. All right, enough of that. It's the crank, though. All right, so I was in the hospital. And they told me some disturbing things. I'm not going to reveal all. But someone had asked me, why was I in the hospital? What was my, what was my issue? There was an issue. So I had an issue. I had a heart issue. And I'm not going to reveal all because it's not everybody's business. But I am here to basically issue a warning to anyone, to all, who is having any problems in the, chest area, left, especially on the left side. If you have some doubts, if you're like, something's wrong, I know something's wrong, and you need it checked out, go check it out. Go to the hospital. I walked into the ER. And I had the same complaint I had like a year ago. And they didn't find anything a year ago. Oh, you know what? They did find something, but it was minute. And now it's like, oh, we see it's ongoing thing, so we're going to have to watch it. But they were like, your heart is, it's bang on. It's doing its thing. But we want you to take it easy. And I was like, so this thing's progressing? They were like, yes. But you're not in any danger. But we want you to chill out. We want you to, whatever you're doing, like still go out and walk, but don't lift. If you walk, go out and walk like maybe half a mile at the most, but not something that'll get your heart to where it's like, you know what I'm saying, really going at it. And I was like, what's going on? And like I said, I'm not going to say that, but it's enough for me to be like, absolutely, doc. So some of the processes I went through is they took a CT of me. They also came to my room and did a whole, like, you know how they look to see if you have a baby in you and what the baby's doing? They did that with my heart. So they did that. And, then they asked me about my history, like my parental history, my relatives. And I was like, yeah, my dad left this planet because he had congenital heart failure pretty much. And he melted away. His legs got all swollen with fluid and he couldn't move anymore. And he was just in pain. I mean, he went from being able to stand up and walk around to being completely immobile in a matter of weeks. His legs swelled up like the Elephant Man. And I was like, what is this? Well, see, now I know more because I went to the hospital and I was like, this is what happened to my dad. They were like, you're not having that issue, but you're having an issue. But we need to watch what's going on with you. And then they told me something that was interesting. They said, we're going to give you some medicine for what we think is going on with you. because we're not sure on some things, but I have multiple issues going on, right? So they said, we're going to give you some medicine. And when they said this medicine can, a side effect, they said it can make your legs swell up. And I was like, what? Now, they also said when somebody is having heart failure, there is fluid that will, it'll be in the belly. There's extra fluid in the belly. There's extra fluid in the legs. So, these are already symptoms that you're having some type of circulatory issue, right? So when I thought about my pops, I was like, he was in the hospital. I don't know if they told him he had heart failure, but when we went to see him, he was jovial, but he was in the hospital, right? He was able to get up, walk around. A couple weeks later, he was at home, and his legs were swelled up like a balloon. And, he was taking medicine. So it made me think that the medicine and the disease took him out. Because they told me these medicines will make your legs swell up. What's going on? Salute to you. So they said these medicines will make your legs swell up. And then they said, if they do, let us know. We'll change you to a different medicine. So I'm saying all that to say, for those of you who are having any respiratory condition, any heart condition, that you go and get that checked out. Well, no, I'm not okay. I'm hanging in there though. Go and get that checked out, because it took them years before they decided to tell me what was going on. And then they backtracked, and I kept going to the same hospital on purpose. And then they backtracked and said, there was a problem way back in 2015 when you came in and we did tests on you. And I said, I knew it. That's why I came in. And you guys kept sending me home with no medication, no nothing. They said because it wasn't alarming enough, pretty much. They had to wait until my situation got worse. Kind of like a hernia. You ever had a hernia? And I have. Especially a hernia operation, not fun at all. A hernia, especially an inguinal hernia, opens up on the side of where your leg and your pelvic meet. And when it opens up to the size of a dime. It's like this. There's already an opening there, and you can feel it when you feel down where your groin is. Now, if you're able to stick your finger through there, like your middle finger, you got a problem. That means every time you strain or every time you try to lift weights, that thing is going to go like this. But even though you can stick your finger through there, the doctors won't do anything about it. Yeah, some stuff's going on with my heart, Brody. Thanks for asking. So the doctors won't do anything about it. They're going to wait until it reaches the size of a quarter, about that big. That's what they're going to wait. So you're going to be in pain from here to here. You're going to stay in pain. They're going to wait till it reaches the size of a quarter. Now, why they do that, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. However, once you get to the size of a quarter, and it will get to the size of, and keep going, then at that time, not only can you stick your finger in there, you can probably stick one or two in there, but the thing about it is what's in there is trying to get out. So now your body is trying to fall out. And when it starts poking out and you don't take care of that, now you got all kind all kind of really dangerous problems. And what's happening is you're sticking what's poking out back in. You keep jabbing yourself because it's coming out. Every time you can get up, you can sneeze. It doesn't take much. You go to pick up your baby and you do one of these numbers, it's gonna come out. I was going hard at the gym. And because I was trying to, and the thing I'm gonna tell you something. Some of this is my fault. I was going hard at the gym. Uh Now the weight that I was lifting wasn't extremely heavy. I was trying to, keep myself up because I got to move these refrigerators. Now I can't do that anymore. I can move the smaller ones, but the bigger ones that I like to mess with just for the challenge, I'm done with those. So the last few that I have, I'm going to either sell them or take them to the junkyard. Of course, I'll sell them for parts, but that's it for the big refrigerators. The only time I can work on them is, for one, I'm not going to pick one up and then bring it somewhere. I'm not doing that anymore. The smaller ones, absolutely. The apartment size, and even those can give you a little challenge. They're still about 220. But I can work with them a lot better than something that's 320. So the smaller refrigerators, the apartment size, I'm going to do more with those. But like I said, this is a warning. I am up in age. I'm almost 60. I'm a strong 60, but your body still says, hey, you're 60. And I'm like, yeah, I can still, bench press 315. I can still curl 60s. I mean, I can curl 60, bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? I work out with the 50s. I'm a strong dude. But just because, yeah, but just because you're strong doesn't mean that your body isn't taking a wear and tear. And sometimes your tone, you natural. Yeah, I'm a strong dude. See, I don't lift to be strong as somebody in the gym. There's guys, they're just strong. I seen a guy stack up the leg machine. He had the top and the bottom just stacked. He had so much weight on there, it was ridiculous. Then he had resistance bands on there. I mean, this dude is strong. Hey, what's going on? And I'm like, I admire you, brother. You're a strong dude, but I'm never gonna be that strong. I don't even want to be that strong. And there's no point to it. You see guys who are smashing 405 5 times. I'm not gonna be that guy. But I like what I can do. You know what I'm saying? So I can't I can't do those things to that intensity anymore, is what I'm saying. And all of this that they finally told me, they collected all this information from 10 years ago. And they finally told me all of this info and gave me all of this insight and said, we knew this back then. So I'm letting you guys know, if you guys think something's wrong with you, go to the hospital. If you can afford it, go to the hospital, walk right in there and say, I know something's wrong. Because if I would have just ignored this 10 years ago, if I would have ignored it, they wouldn't have no record to look back on. But now that they have something to look back on, they're just like, we seen this progress into this. And they're like, your heart's doing great. It's doing great. It's just got you need to chill out. That's what they said. You need to chill. And so it goes. I'll be doing some chilling. I do got some things coming up here soon that's very interesting. I've been making some moves. I might be working. I might have found a job. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. It's tentative. I have a tentative job offer, but I don't know. I'm not going to say where it's at. I'm just going to say it's tentative. We'll see. Anyway, it's your boy Tone. I'll come back and maybe we'll make some beats or something. All right. God bless.